Hey guys, Sasha T here with WeightLossEducators.com, and today we have a question from Rachel. She asks, what do you consider a small meal? This is a really, really good question. I don't know, I say that about every question, but this is a really good one too. She says, everyone says to eat a small meal, yet no one knows what that size really is, the size of that meal really is. So first of all, Rachel, it's not necessarily the size that they're talking about. They don't know that. They're talking about calories, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some math here. So I'll explain this to you really after we're done with answering the question, so you kind of know what the size of the meal you should be eating. Basically, what they talk about, and this is all based on eating those 5 to 6 meals a day, and that's what they say: eat smaller meals throughout the day as opposed to 3 big meals. But people say that because that is true. The science behind it has more to do with your blood sugar levels or your insulin levels, more so than anything else. Not necessarily your metabolism, as many people say, but really your insulin levels, your blood sugar levels. Keeping them steady is going to keep you from overeating and really not undereating, if you will, so you don't have spikes throughout the day. I'll explain that too. Those are two little lessons that we do actually have in our Camp Fat Loss, so we'll explain them, and you'll get another little free preview, if you will. So the good rule to size of the food itself would be the fist size rule. Most people, even doctors, will go out and say, hey, whatever your fist size is, that's what you should be eating. Okay? That applies to most foods, so it's a good judge or a good thing to use, a good point of reference here that'll help you out. The thinking behind it is the smaller it is, the less calories you can intake. However, that's not necessarily true with all the foods. There's some calorie-dense foods, okay? So, for example, you can have, one banana is like 110 calories. You have 2 or 3 bananas, they're about, once you break them down, they're about a fist size. Do you want to have one banana or you have more? You don't really know that. So, really, a apple could have more calories than, a nut. Or a nut can actually have more calories than an apple, which is, I think 2 or 3 nuts have more calories than an apple does, because they have a lot of fat. So just be careful with that. It's not necessarily the best judge, but that's the only thing we really have to judge it by, and that's what most people will actually tell you. But to understand the concept behind it is really the calories. It's the amount of calories, which is what they refer to as size of the portion, okay? So if you're eating 5 to 6 meals a day, you're going to have to divide that by the amount of calories you burn, or by the amount of calories you consume. So I'm going to do that for you. So Rachel, really, that's all they refer to is calories. So I'm going to kind of explain this to you so you can understand the concept. So here comes some math. So if you guys are afraid of math and don't want to do math or don't believe what I'm saying, then just go watch another video. Okay, for those that want to see it, let's do this. Alright, so let's do some math today. Pretty good eraser. Alright. So, for example, let's just say Rachel wants to lose 1 pound a week. Alright, that'll make it simple. So Rachel burns about 2,000 calories. Once again, this 2,000 calories, just for an example, don't take this literally, okay? So she burns 2,000 calories. Now, we all know, and if we don't know, we're going to figure out right now, 1 pound of fat equals to 3,500 calories. 3,500 calories. 1 pound of fat. So, in order to lose 1 pound a week, you can't lose it in a day because you can't possibly eat less calories than what you burn. Or, eat more calories, or, whatever. That gets confusing. But basically, if you burn 2,000 calories, how are you going to burn 3,500 without eating anything? It's really hard to do, okay? I get this one, it could get a little confusing. But basically, you divide it, and this is what every nutritionist will do. This is what every trainer will do. This is basic information, but people don't know it. So please pay attention. So you're going to divide this pound of fat that is equal to 3,500 calories by 7 days in the week, okay? And that's going to equal to about 500 calories per day. So what does that mean? That means that you have to have this deficit. So you have to burn 500 calories less every day than what you burn to lose the fat. Okay, to lose that 1 pound of fat. So Rachel subtracts 500 calories, and now she's eating, or she's burning, about 1,500, and this is what she should be eating. She should be eating about 1,500 calories. Okay? So hopefully this is making sense so far. So now, portion size. How are we going to figure that out? Well, what she should be eating for every meal, and let's just say she eats 5 meals per day. Okay, so she eats 5 meals per day. So we're going to take 1,500 calories that she should be eating. We're going to divide that by 5 meals per day. Alright? And that's going to equal, for every meal, she should be eating roughly about 300 calories. So that's the size of every portion she should have in order for those 5 meals to equal 1,500 calories. Now 300 calories a portion is pretty small, so what do? Well, really, if you burn in only 2,000 calories, you have to eat 1,500 calories. You have to be pretty disciplined about this, because this is telling me that you're not that active. You're not very active. So you definitely need to up the activity so you can increase the calories you burn so you can eat a little more. That's my advice to you. Now, when we talk about size, and for you, Rachel, this is exactly what they mean, or what they're talking about. It's the amount of calories per portion. This is going to vary up and down a little bit, and there's more to it, but this is just a basic concept behind it, so you can understand it, and you can understand why they do. In our Camp Fat Loss, we definitely go over understanding every single portion, and you can take off a little bit of calories here and add those calories here, and then understanding that you don't burn full 2,000 calories just by breakfast, and then dividing that and figuring out what the highest amount of calories that you should be eating. There's a lot more to it, so do check out our Camp Fat Loss and check out our Weight Loss Educators blog. We have a lot more answers like this or similar to it. And thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you when we see you.